Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to revise all the important chapters that have been included in your examination blueprint, from large numbers around us to arithmetic expressions, parity and intersecting lines, number play, a table of three intersecting lines, and working with fractions. I will explain the key concepts clearly, solve important examples, and help you feel fully confident before your exam. So grab your notebook and pen, stay focused, and let us start mastering mathematics together. Alright, so now let us see the first question. The first question says, a shop has 180 candies, and they are arranged equally into 6 packets and 5 bags in each packet. How many candies are placed in each bag? So this is a multiple choice question which I'm going to explain you as follows. Now let us try to understand the concept behind this question. So we have this part of the question which says 6 packets with 5 bags in each packet. So you can clearly see that one packet contains 5 bags. So if one packet contains 5 bags, how about 6 packets? So one packet contains 5 bags, 6 packets will contain 6 into 5 bags. Now, a shop has 180 candies and they are arranged equally into 6 packets and 5 bags in each packet. How many candies are placed in each bag? So that means you will take 180 divide by this expression here, which is 6 into 5. Now, the concept which I want to share with you is that many students will make the following mistake. They will do 180 divided by 6. If you do that, that will be wrong. So what you are supposed to do is do the board mass first. Do not do 180 divided by 6, just do board mass. That means start with brackets first. This will be 180 divided by, work out the bracket, this will be 6 into 5, that is 30. And then move on by putting this 180 divided by 30. You can write it this way, 180 divided by 30, like this, meaning 180 upon 30. And then cut this 0 and this 0, and then you are going to be left with 18 upon 3, and 18 upon 3, when you simplify that, or meaning 18 divided by 3, answer will be 6. So the correct option here is option C, and the option is defined by keeping 6 there. The next question. A delivery company packs 6 boxes of apples and 4 boxes of oranges together. This entire combination is prepared 3 times for different customers. Which expression or which algebraic expression correctly shows the total number of boxes? So what you are supposed to do in this case, it means that this, in other words, says 3 times the sum of 6 and 4. Why? Because a delivery company packs 6 boxes of apples, and means plus. So you will have 6 plus 4. Now this entire combination is prepared for 3 times for different customers. So 3 times the sum of 6 and 4 is written as 3 times the sum of 6 and 4 should be in brackets, 6 plus 4. And therefore the correct option here will be option B, which is 3 into 6 plus 4. The correct answer. Now the next question. In this district, social service centers are distributed based on a population density. To help with the planning, the head of the department asks you how many groups of 1,000 residents are contained within a single lakh. A single lakh means 1 lakh. So the question here is asking how many groups of 1,000 are contained in 1 lakh. So simply write 1 lakh like so. And because it is asking for how many thousands are there in 1 lakh, so you're going to take 1 lakh divided by 1,000, and then you cut the 3 zeros and the 3 zeros here. So the answer is 100. So that means we have 100 groups of 1,000 in a single lakh. So the correct option here is option A with the number 100. The next question. Which of the following sets of beam lengths cannot be used to successfully build a triangular frame? The question says, which of the following sets of beam lengths cannot be used to successfully build a triangular frame? I will just work out and show you the concept by using A and by using C so that you can note what basically we look for. Now 3 sides are said to be the sides of a triangle if they satisfy the condition which says A plus B should be bigger than C, A plus C should be bigger than B, and B plus C should be bigger than A. Where do we get this A, B, and C? We simply label the first length is A, this is B, that is C. So now checking if the 3 conditions are satisfied, I will use option A and option C to show you how do we look for these 3 conditions. So A is 8, B is 9, and C is 15. Now let us begin. So this is 8 plus 9. 8 plus 9 should be greater than 15. Now 8 plus 9, that is 17. Now what you're supposed to do is just look at if 17 is bigger than 15. The answer is yes. The next one is A plus C should be bigger than B. 8 plus 15, 8 plus 15 should be bigger than 9. Now 8 plus 15, that is 23. Is 23 bigger than 9? The answer is yes. Now checking again, the next part is B plus C should be bigger than A. What is B? B is 9 plus 15, that should be bigger than 8. 8 plus 15, that is 24. This 24, is it bigger than 8? So the answer is yes. So that means these 3 conditions are satisfied, meaning that these sides here can be used to successfully build a triangular frame. Let us talk about option C here and see if it satisfies the 3 conditions. Now what we are supposed to do is to do labeling as usual. So we start labeling as follows. I said the first number is labeled A, this is B, that is C. And then we start. What is A plus B? A plus B should be bigger than C. A is 3, B is 3. Now question. Is 3 plus 3, which is 6, greater than 6? 6 is not greater than 6. So this is not true. The next one is A plus C. A plus C should be bigger than B. What is A? A is 3, C is 6, bigger than 3. Now 3 plus 6, that is 9. Is 9 bigger than 3? Yes. Now since the first condition is not satisfied, even if the second condition and the third condition are fully satisfied, but still, because the first condition is giving a no, and therefore this means that these sides cannot represent a triangle, because one condition is giving you a no answer. Let us finish up the last part, which is B plus C. B plus C should be bigger than A. What is B? B is 3, C is 6. That should be bigger than 3. So 3 plus 6, that is 9, should be bigger than 3. The answer is yes. Now since we have only 2 yeses and another one is a no, so therefore the correct answer is option C, which is 3 meter, 3 meter, 6 meter, meaning these side lengths cannot be used to represent a triangle. So the correct option is option C. Now, I am not going to talk about B and D because B and D are explained in the same way. The next question. The next question is talking about a grain merchant has a large quantity of wheat in his warehouse. On day 1, he sells 1 upon 13. And on day 2, he sells 1 upon 14. And on day 3, he sells 1 upon 15. And on day 4, he sells 1 upon 16 of the remaining stock. Now, if you look at the pattern, every fraction here has a numerator of 1, 1, 1, 1. So to find the fraction of the original stock that remains after 4 days, the concept which I will use, because the numerator is 1, 1, 1, 1 for all these fractions, so the concept that I'm going to use is known as telescoping. Starting with the first fraction on day 1, I will write 1 minus 1 upon 13 of the remaining of will signal multiplication sign. Now on day 2 it will be the same thing, 1 minus 1 upon 14 into of will mean multiplication all the way. Now on day 3 it will be the same thing, 1 minus 1 upon 15 into, on day 4 it will be the same thing, 1 minus 1 upon 16. Now after doing this setup here, which uses the concept of telescoping, then I will do, in place of 1, I will write 13 upon 13 minus 1 upon 13 into 14 upon 14 minus 1 upon 14 into 15 upon 15 minus 1 upon 15 into 16 upon 16 minus 1 upon 16. Now, look at what I'm going to do here. It's pretty simple. What I will do is simply, because the denominators are the same, so I will do 13 minus 1, which is 12 upon 13, into 14 minus 1, that will be 13, upon 14 into 15 minus 1, that will be 14 upon 15 into 16 minus 1, that will be 15 upon 16. Now, can you see how telescoping works? You can see that diagonally we can do something, meaning 13 and 13 will cancel, 14 and 14 will cancel, 15 and 15 will cancel. Then the answer will be 12 upon 16. And if you don't mind, you can go ahead simplifying this. 12 upon 16 by 2 by 2, meaning divided by 2 divided by 2. This will be 6 upon, this will be 6 upon, this will be 6 upon 16 divided by 2, that is 8. Again, you continue, divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here, answer will be 3 upon 4. So this is your final answer. Now you can clearly see that what you have done is quite easy if you use the concept of telescoping. Alright, I think that is clear, and the concept is pretty clear. Alright, the next question. Now let us see this question here. A charity received a large donation of money. It used 1/6 of the total amount to buy medical supplies. From the money left, pay attention here. From the money left, 2/5 was spent on school materials and 3/10 was used to provide food packages. The rest of the money was saved for future emergencies. Answer the following questions. What fraction of the original donation was spent on school materials? And what fraction of the original donation was used to provide food packages? And what fraction of the original donation was saved? So let me start with question A. First of all, we need to find the amount of fraction left after buying medical supplies. So what are we going to do? We're going to do 1 minus 1 upon 6. And this will be equal to 6 upon 6 minus 1 upon 6. This will be equal to 6 as a denominator. And then you do 6 minus 1. And this will be 5 upon 6. So the remaining amount, or the remaining fraction after buying medical supplies, was 5 upon 6. Now, from the money left, which is 5 upon 6, 2/5 of this was spent on school material. So we write school material. School material, we say 2/5 of the money which was left. So 2/5 of the fraction of money left is 5 upon 6. What will be this equal to? This will be equal to 2 upon 5 into 5 upon 6. Check these diagonals. Check these diagonals. This will be 5, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Answer will be 1 into 1 upon 1 into 3. And the answer will be equal to 1 upon 3. So this is the fraction which was given to school material. Now, food package. Food packages. So we're going to do the same thing for food packages. Now for food packages, it says that 3 upon 10 was used. 3 upon 10 of the remaining. Remember, the remaining was 5 upon 6. That was the remaining. So we will do 3/10 of the remaining fraction, which is 5 upon 6. So this will be 3/10 of the fraction left, which is 5 upon 6. This gives you 3 upon 10 into 5 upon 6. Check the diagonals, we have 5 1, 5 2, 3 1, 3 2. We're going to have 1 into 1 upon 2 into 2, and the answer will be equal to 1 upon 4. That is for food package. Then the next question. The next question is, what fraction of the original donation was saved? So here you write savings. Now for savings, remember the fraction of money that was left after buying medical supplies was this one, 5 upon 6. So be careful here. So to find the fraction of the original donation that was saved, we will do, first take the fraction of school material, which we got, 1/3, plus the fraction which we got for food packages. So let us add those two fractions. So we'll have 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 4. Find the LCM of 3 and 4. LCM of 3, so you write here LCM of 3 and 4. That is 2, 3, 2. This is 2, 3, 1. This is 3, 1, 1. So LCM is equal to 2 into 2 into 3. That is 12. Now you do into 4 here, into 4 here, into 3 here, into 3 here, and this will be 4 upon 12 plus 3 upon 12. Now you will have this one equal to 7 upon 12. Now for saving, to get the amount of money or to get the amount of fraction left for saving, we'll do this 5 upon 6, which was the fraction left after buying medical supplies. So 5 upon 6, 5 upon 6 minus 7 upon 12. This will equal, find the LCM of the denominators. So 6, 12. LCM with 3, this is by 2, 3, 6, by 2, 3, 3, by 3, 1, 1. So LCM will equal again 12. So into 2 here, into 2 here, into 1 here, into 1 here. And this will give you 10 upon 12 minus 7 upon 12. And the final answer will be equal to, the final answer will be 12 here, 10 minus 7, answer will be 3 upon 12, of which you can feel like simplifying, which will be divide by 3 here, divide by 3 here, answer will be 1 upon 4. Now, this is the fraction which was left for 7. Alright, so the next question. A farmer installs 7 fence posts in a straight row to make the boundary of his field. The gap from one post to the next is 3/4 meter. Determine the total length covered from the first post to the final post. So we have 7 fence posts. So the first post, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. And the gap between these, the gap between these posts is 3/4 meter, 3/4 meter, 3/4 meter, 3/4 meter, 3/4 meter, 3/4 meter. Now the question is, determine the length from here to here. What is the distance from here to here? So in other words, total length will be equal to total length from the first post to the final post will be equal to 3/4 plus 3/4 6 times. 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. When you calculate this, you are going to end up writing this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be 6 into 3/4. And you do this calculation here. Check the diagonals. You can simplify by 2, 3, by 2, 2. And the answer will be 3 into 3/1 into 2. And the answer will be 9/2. So when you get 9/2, now see if you can simplify that. 9/2, you can't simplify that. You can only write this as a mixed number if you want. 9 divided by 2 by 4, that is 8, subtract, that is 1. So you can also write this as 4, 1/2. So the distance between, the distance from the first post, the distance from the first post to the last post, the distance will be 9/2 meter or 4, 1/2 meter. So that's the distance. Alright, so I hope that helps. The next question. A community hall is being fitted with a wooden stage platform. The platform measures 5 1/3 meters from front to back. So let us try to draw a diagram. So from front to the back, from the front to the back, it is 5 1/3 meter. And 3 1/5 meters from side to side. So from side to side, that is 3 1/5 meter. The question is, how many square meters? How many square meters? That means area. How many square meters of wood are required to cover the entire platform? So that means you need to complete this to get a shape. And the shape that forms, therefore, is a rectangle. Now to find the area of the rectangle, so we're going to write area of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle equals to length into width. So in this case, area will be equal to the length 5 1/3 into 3 1/5. When you do this, you need to be very careful because you are multiplying two mixed fractions. So this will be equal to 5 1/3 into 3 1/5. To multiply the two mixed fractions, we need to convert each mixed number into improper fraction. And this will take you to 3 into 5, 15 plus 1, 16/3 into 5 into 3, 15 plus 1, 16/5. Now, what you're supposed to do is to check diagonally if you can simplify. So since you cannot simplify, then multiply numerators and denominators. 16 into 16/3 into 4. Answer will be 16 to 16, 256/15 meter square. So that the area of this rectangle, 256 upon 15, and how did I get 256? Just do 16 into 16. 36, that is 9, that is 6, 1. Add the two numbers here. So you'll have 6, 15, 256. Right? So the area of this rectangle will be 256 upon 15 meters square. And you can go ahead writing that number as a mixed number. But it's not necessary. The next question. A design team is creating two triangular metal frames for decorative wall art. Frame A uses rods measuring 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 18 centimeters. Frame B uses rods measuring 9 centimeters by 6 centimeters and by 4 centimeters. The question is, draw each triangular frame accurately using a ruler and compass. Question 2. After constructing them, state whether each frame has all sides equal, exactly two sides equal, or all sides of different lengths, and give their common names. Now, we need to use a ruler and a compass. So I will start with frame A. So, for frame A, we have to construct a triangle that measures 6 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 8 centimeters. That is frame A. Now, to do that, we need to have a scale which is like this. The first step is to make sure that you have enough space above, because the triangle will be growing towards up. So the first number is 6 centimeters. So take a scale, just draw the length of draw the length of from 0, draw 6 centimeters from 0. See that? And then after that you have to label that this is 6 centimeters. After that, take also a scale. This time we're going to measure the 6 centimeters using a compass. So you take this scale, open the compass to the radius of 6 centimeters, like that. And then you remove the scale, position the needle of the compass at this point here, position the needle, and then go ahead drawing something we call an arc. So we need to draw an arc from here. So pay attention of what I'm gonna do. So from this point we need to draw something we call an arc. So draw like this. And then go to the next number, which is 8 centimeters. So because it is a different number, then we need to close the compass. Close it. Then take your scale. Then this time we're going to open to the radius of 8 centimeters. 8 centimeters. So you need to be very careful when you're doing this. Don't rush, because you can lose accuracy. Alright, so open to a radius of 8 all the way until here. Now this time around we are going to remove the scale, put the needle here. turn your compass so that you can draw an arc cutting this previous arc. Can you see that? Hope you can see that. Then mark this point here. Mark this point of intersection. And then take your scale, connect. Take your scale connecting from this point to this point here. And take the scale connecting from this point to this point here. And you will see that when you take a scale and measure this piece, you will get 6 centimeters here. And when you measure this length here, you will get exactly 8 centimeters. Now, since you can see that the two sides are equal, the name of this triangle, the common name of this triangle will be isosceles triangle. So you write here isosceles triangle. Because two sides are equal. And some other people prefer labeling the corners also by using capital letters, like this is A, B, and this is C. Now the next question. The next question is within the same question. This time is frame B, which is 9 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 4 centimeter. So you do the same thing. So you write here frame B with 964. 964. All these are centimeters. Now, like how I said before, you follow the same steps. Take your scale, take your compass. Step number 1 is to measure 9 centimeters. So step number 1 is to measure 9 centimeters using your scale. So starting from 0, measure 9 centimeters. That is 9 centimeters. Then remove your scale, right here 9 centimeters. Then after that, take your scale and take your compass also. This time we're going to open the compass. This time we're going to open the compass to a radius of 6 centimeters. Then remove the scale. Then position the needle at this point here. Then draw an arc. Draw an arc like this. Then take your scale again. This time we're going to measure 4 centimeters. So close your compass. Then we need to open the compass to a radius of 4 centimeters. So open your compass to a radius of 4. This time we'll stand here at this. We're going to put the needle at this point. Turn your compass. Turn your compass this way. Come and cut this. See that? So we will label this point. We're going to label this point here. And then take your scale to form a triangle. From here to here. And from here to here. You have got your triangle. Now, what we are supposed to do with this triangle is to classify this triangle. So if you remember, this side, if you take a scale, measure this side here, that will be clearly 6 centimeters, and when you measure this will be clearly 4 centimeters using a scale. And you can go ahead labeling these corners or vertices like P, Q, R. So you can see that each side is different from the other. That is 9, that is 6, that is 4. And the common name to this triangle is scalene triangle. Scalene triangle. Why? Because all the three sides are different in length. The next question. An architect is sketching a triangular glass panel for a rooftop design. Two of the interior corners of the panel are equal in size. The third corner measures 40 degrees. Now the question is, can you determine the size of each of the equal corners? That's 1. 2. Based on the angle formation, identify what kind of triangle the glass panel forms. Explain your answer. Now what basically we do, this question is talking about a triangular glass panel. So go ahead drawing a triangle using a scale and pencil. Then two of the interior corners of the panel are equal in size, meaning this corner and this corner have equal angles. But the third corner, which is this one here, measures 40 degrees. Can you determine the size of each of the equal corners? So question number 1, how do we answer it? This is only one angle inside a triangle, but we are given one more information that the two angles are equal. So using the angle sum property of a triangle, angle sum property of a triangle 180 degrees, this concept will help us get to know what is the answer for these two angles here. Meaning, step number 1, take 180 degrees minus 40 degrees. Answer will be 140 degrees. Then, because the two angles are equal, then we need to divide 140 divided by 2. Answer will be 70 degrees. Meaning this angle here will be 70 degrees and this angle will be 70 degrees. Now you have to check whether these three angles will give a total of 180 degrees. So this is 70 plus 70, 140 plus 40, 180. So the answer is correct. So determine the size of each of the equal angles. So what we're going to do, or what we're going to conclude, is that each of the equal angles measures 70 degrees. So we're going to say each of the equal angles measures 70 degrees. Now, next question. Basing on the angle information, identify what kind of triangle the glass panel forms. So we're going to say the glass panel forms. So we'll say here, question number 2. The glass panel forms an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle. Because Only two angles are equal. Only two angles are equal. Now the next question. The next question. A game designer is arranging tiles for a digital pattern. He uses an odd number. He uses an odd number of triangular tiles, each with 3 edges, and an even number of square tiles, each with 4 edges. Question number 1. Using the properties of odd and even numbers, determine whether the total number of edges used could be 49. Give a reason for your answer. Question 2. If he uses 5 triangular tiles, each of 3 edges, and 6 square tiles, each with 4 edges, can you find the total number of edges used and state whether the result is odd or even? So I will start with question number 1. A game designer is arranging tiles for a digital panel. He uses an odd number. He uses an odd number of triangular tiles, each means into. So an odd number into 3. And means add. This time an even number of square tiles, each means into 4. So this time is an even number, so you take even into 4. Now you have to find out whether the overall parity will be odd or even. So I want everybody to pay attention here. Now, odd into what is the parity of 3? The parity of 3 is odd plus even into what is the parity of 4? Parity of 4 is also even. Now, a lot of people will confuse here. What is odd into odd? What is odd into odd? Meaning, think of any odd number like 3 into. Think of another odd number like 5. What is 3 into 5? Answer is 15. What is the parity of 15? The parity of 15 is odd. So that means odd into odd is odd. Plus, look at this. Here many people will make mistakes. Even into even. That means think of any even number, say 2. Into. Even. Think of any even number, call it say 6. What is 2 into 6? Answer is 12. What is the parity of 12? Parity of 12 is even. So that means even into even is even. Now last part. What is odd plus even? What is odd plus even? A lot of people will make mistake here. Odd, that means think of any odd number, call it 3. Plus. Even, think of any even number, call it 8. Now what is 3 plus 8? Answer is 11. Now what is the parity of 11? Parity of 11 is odd. So that means odd plus even, answer is odd. Now let's go to the question. Using the properties of odd and even numbers, determining whether the total number of edges used could be 49. What is the overall answer we got? We got finally that 3 odd numbers plus 4 even numbers, the overall answer will be, the overall total will finally give us an odd number. Now the question is, using the properties of odd and even numbers, determining whether the total of edges used could be 49. So, what do we conclude? We're going to conclude saying that, therefore, comma, yes, the total of edges could be 49. Do you know why? Do you know why I'm saying yes? Because I got the overall answer odd. So because the total in this case must always be odd, and 49 is odd, and 49 is odd. I think you have understood the key idea of what to do. Now, the next question says, if he uses 5 triangular tiles, each with 3 edges. So again, each will mean multiply. So if he uses 5 triangular tiles, each with 3 edges, and 6 square tiles, each with 4 edges, find the total number of edges used and state whether the result is odd or even. So I will wrap all of these so that I can do question 2. Okay, now let us start. Question number 2. If we uses 5 triangular tiles, each with 3, so you're gonna do 5, which is this number, into this number here, 3, and means plus 6 square tiles, each with 4 edges. That means you're gonna take this number here, 6 into 4. Find the total number of edges. Find the total number of edges. First, take these two numbers, multiply. Also take these two numbers, multiply them. 6 into 4, 24. 5 into 3, 15. Now add these two numbers. What is 15 plus 24? Answer will be 39. Now, after finding the total, can you state whether the result is odd or even? So we got 39. So what do we conclude? We're going to say, therefore, the total number of edges is 39, which is odd. Done. The next question. The next question. In a construction layout, 3 parallel lines are crossed by 3 straight beams. 3 straight lines are closed by 3 straight beams. At one intersection, an angle of 115 is formed. At this intersection here, an angle of 115 is formed. At 2 other intersections, meaning here and here, Angles of 65 are marked. Now using this layout, you can see here, find the measure of angle WEP. WEP. This angle here, WEP, they mean this angle here. Now if this angle is 65, automatically even that angle will be 65. So you'll go ahead writing question number 1. Angle WEP will be equal to 65. Give reason. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Next question. Determining angle BDF. Determining angle BDF. BDF. That is BDF. They mean this angle here. BDF. They mean this angle here. We will use linear pair property. BDF plus 65, answer will be 180 degrees. So number 2, angle BDF plus 65 degrees, answer will be 180 degrees. Reason, linear pair property. Now, to find angle BDF, you will take big number 180 degrees minus 65 degrees. When you subtract these two numbers, we're going to end up getting 115 degrees. Question number 3. Calculate angle SUQ. Let's see, SUQ. They mean this angle here. Also, we are going to use linear pair property, which says angle SUQ plus 115, answer is 180. So angle SUQ plus 115, answer will be 180 degrees. So angle SUQ will be equal to big number, which is 180 minus 115. When you subtract these two numbers, also you're going to get 65 degrees. So that is your angle SUQ, 65 degrees. And the property we call here is linear pair property. Next question. Given the top line ABCD is a top line and the bottom line is PQRACU, is a straight line also. The two lines are parallel as indicated by the two arrows here. The two lines are parallel. Angle CBR, let me show you the angles they are talking about. Angle CBR, that angle is 55. PQB, this angle here is 125. RSC, this angle here is 120 degrees. And angle DCU, this angle here is 60 degrees. Required to prove that triangle CSU, this triangle here, we have to prove that it is a equilateral triangle, and also triangle BQR, which is this triangle here, we are supposed to prove that it is an isosceles triangle. Now, how do we do this? It looks easy. So starting with the first question, which we need to prove that triangle CSU is equilateral. So question number 1, we're going to write here triangle, give me a second. So here we're going to say that for question number 1, we need to prove that triangle CSU is equilateral triangle. Now, how do we do that? It's pretty simple. We need to prove that triangle CSU is equilateral triangle. So step number 1, look at this angle here. This 60 degrees, even this angle here will be 60 degrees. How did I know? Alternate angles are equal. Linear pair property. 120 degrees, this angle will be 60 degrees because they have to form 180. Now this angle is 60 degrees and also this angle is 60 degrees. So we need to do a small calculation because 60 plus 60, 60 plus 60, total is 120. Now a triangle has to give you 180. So you need to find the third angle, which will be 180 degrees minus 120 degrees. You're going to get 60 degrees. Meaning this angle is also 60 degrees. Now can you check quickly? 60 degrees plus 60 degrees plus 60 degrees makes 180. Meaning angle sum property of a triangle. Angle sum property of a triangle. Now look at this triangle. We can see that all interior angles measure 60 degrees. Now we say that since all 3 interior angles of triangle CSU are equal. They are all equal. Therefore, the triangle is equilateral and hence proved. Alright, so we have proved that in this triangle that each angle is 60 degrees. All 3 angles are equal and therefore the triangle is equilateral triangle. Okay? Now, required to prove that triangle BQR is isosceles, we do the same logic. I will erase all of this so that I can prove that the other triangle is isosceles. Alright, so what do we do with this one? Steps are pretty the same. We need to prove, so here, question 2, we need to prove that triangle BQR is isosceles. Now step 1, 55, this angle is 55, automatically also this angle will be 55 degrees. How did I know? Alternate angles are equal. Here we have to use a concept of linear pair. 125, this will be, if you have 125, then the other part will be 180 minus 55. So even this will be 55 degrees. So this is 55 and this is 55. So we need to find the third angle of a triangle. So we're going to do 55 degrees plus 55 degrees. Total is 110 degrees. Now to find the third angle, because angle sum property says that interior angles of a triangle add up to 180. So you're going to take 180 degrees minus 110. Answer is 70 degrees. Meaning that the third angle here is 70 degrees. Now what can you see? You can see that the two angles are equal, and that suggests isosceles triangle. So we say, since only two angles are equal, therefore triangle BQR is isosceles. And since only two angles are equal, therefore triangle BQR is isosceles. Since only two angles are equal, therefore triangle BQR is isosceles, and hence proved. Alright? The next question. A local government office recorded the total population of a fast growing town as 763,84592 people in a recent survey. Now, for planning purposes, the officials need approximate figures. Question A. Estimate the population to the nearest 1,000. To the nearest 1,000. B. Estimate the population to the nearest 10,000. The next question. Estimate the population to the nearest lakh. And finally, you will need to estimate the population to the nearest 10 lakh. So what do we do? It's pretty simple. I'll start with question A. Copy this number, 763,84592. Let me keep it here down. Let me keep it here. A 592. Now we need to estimate the population to the nearest 1,000. So find the place value. Which digit belongs to the place value of 1,000? So we have ones, tens, hundredth. 1,000 is in the place value of 4. Check on the right, there is 5. Add 1 here. That is 5. 8, 3, 6, 7. These numbers, they are replaced by zeros. 1, 2, 3. Keep the commas according to Indian system pattern of numbering. That is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this is your answer to the nearest 1,000. So you're going to write here to the nearest 1,000. Now question B, to the nearest 10,000. B, the same number, 763,84592. This time to the nearest 10,000. Now to the nearest 10,000, we do the same thing. We look for which digit is in the place value of 10,000. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. We find that 8 is in the place value of 10,000. Check on the right, there is a 4, add 0. So we have 8, 3, 6, 7. These all remaining digits they are replaced by zeros. And this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. That is your final answer. And you say to the nearest 10,000. Question C, we have the same number 7, 6, 3, 8, 4, 5, 9, 2. We need to the nearest lakh. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakh. So 3 is in the place value of lakh. Add 1 here. We have 4, 6, 7. The nearest lakh, and these they are all replaced by zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is your answer, 764 00 to the nearest lakh. So you're going to write here to the nearest lakh. Last question, to the nearest 10 lakh. Same number, 763 84 592 to the nearest 10 lakh. So we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakh. 10 lakh is here, so check on the right. So add 0 because there is a 3. That is 6, 7, and all these are replaced by zeros. So that is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and this is your answer. So the theory is, if you check to the right and there is a number which is, there is a digit which is 4 and below, you'll be adding 0. And if you check to the right, you see a number which is, you see a digit which is 5 and above, you'll be adding 1. That's the theory behind. Okay, so here you write to the nearest 10 lakh. Okay, right, so far so good. So let's carry on. Alright, so we have this question. A stationery supplier packs notebooks in cartons. A school ordered 48 cartons, and each carton contains 27 notebooks. It is noted that 48 into 27, answer is 1296. Now, using this information here, determine how many notebooks are in 58 cartons. We know that each carton contains 27 notebooks. So 58 cartons will contain 58 into 27. We need to calculate this. But we are supposed to calculate this without performing a full long multiplication. So how do we do that? Question number 1. We have to do 58 into 27, but we have this information here given, which we'll be looking up and see 48 into 27 will equal 1296. So what you are supposed to do, 58, keep it like 48 plus 10, then 48 plus 10 still mean 58, and then multiply all into 27. Then open the bracket here. You will have 48 into 27 plus 10 into 27. Now when you look up, you will see, this answer. 48 into 27, answer is 1296. So here you're going to write 1296 plus 10 into 27, answer is 270. Then just perform a small calculation here, which is 1296 add 270. Now when you do 1296 plus 270, answer will be 6, 16, carry 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, 1. So answer will be 1566. Second question. A shopkeeper buys, let me remove this line. A shopkeeper buys 204 pens, each costing 35 rupees. That means you're going to do 204 into 35. Calculate the total amount paid without using the standard long multiplication method. So 204 into 35 without using the standard long multiplication. So break down this. You have 200 plus 4 in a bracket into 35, and again open the brackets here. What will you have? You're going to have 200 into 35 plus 4 into 35. Now look at this. 2 into 35, answer is 70. Keep these two zeros next to each other, plus 4 into 35. Just do a normal multiplication like this. 35 into 4, that is 20, carry 2, 12, 140. So add 140 here. When you add 140 here, 7, 0, 0, 0, 140. When you add, you're going to have 0, 4, 1, 7. So you will have 7, 140. This is your final answer. Okay, next question. During a school fair, a secret code is used to label prize boxes using digits 0 to 9. 3 different digits are represented by the letters P, Q, and R. The 2-digit codes P, Q, and QR are formed using these digits. When PQ is added to QR, the total obtained is the 3-digit code, which is QRQ. Now the question is, determine the 2-digit codes. What is PQ equal to? What is QR equal to? And what is QRQ equals to? It's simple. So what we do is that in order for a 2-digit number plus another 2-digit number to give a 3-digit number, this number here should be the largest 2-digit possible number, and this number here should be the smallest 2-digit possible number. And the largest 2-digit number should begin with 9. But when you look at the pattern here, that this digit and this digit should be the same, and this digit here and that digit here should be the same. So now you're going to get another clue, which is very important, that though this 2-digit number should be the largest of all, but we can't keep 99 because this should be matching. So the possibility will be PQ will be 91, QR will be the smallest possible 2-digit number, which is 10, and QRQ now will form 101. Now let us see if the pattern works. The largest possible number which we have got, the largest possible two-digit number which we got is 91, and the smallest possible number which we got is 10. Now, does it work and show the given pattern? Let us see. 91, 10 here, add 100. Look at the pattern. Look at this pattern. 111, 000, and there is another pattern here, 111. Can you see that pattern here? QQQ. Right? So the two-digit code will be 91, 10, and the three-digit code will be 101. Next question. Next question. In 2016, a city recorded 32,400 households. On average, each household uses 5 kg of rice per month. By 2026, the number of households is expected to rise to 45,900. Answer the following. Question A. Find the total amount of rice used by all households in 1 month in the year 2016. So, in the year 2016, the total amount of rice used by all households will be as follows. The total number of households is 32,400, and on average, each household uses 5 kg. So for all these households, you need to take 32,400 into 5. Then multiply this. You're going to have 0, 0, 20, carry 2, 10, 12, 15, 16. And the answer will be 162,000 kg of rice. This is in the year 2016. Now, in the year 2026, let us see. By 2026, the number of households is expected to rise to these households, but we are given that each household uses 5 kg of rice. How about 45900? So you do 45900 again into 5, and then you multiply that. 0, 0, 45, carry 4, 25, 29, carry 2, 20, 22. Answer will be 229,500 kg of rice. Question C. Question C. Determine how much additional rice will be required per month in 2026 compared to 2016. So we need to subtract the two amounts. 229,500 you minus with 162,000. Let me check. This is in the year 2026, and this one here is in the year 2016. So you have to subtract the two amounts. That is 005. That is 7, that is 12, 6 here, so that is 0. So answer will be 67,500 kg of rice. Alright, so you can pause me and then see how you can do it and see if you have understood the concept. The next question. A school organizes a sports day. Entry wristbands cost 35 rupees each, and bottles of water cost 12 rupees each. A parent buys 4 wristbands and 8 bottles of water and makes an additional 40 rupees donation. Answer the following questions. A. Form one numerical expression. We are supposed to form one numerical expression that will represent the total amount paid. So we need to write an expression. B. State the separate parts that make up the expression. C. Find the total amount paid by the parent. Okay? So, a school organizes sports day. Entry wristbands cost 35 rupees each, and bottles of water cost 12 rupees each. A parent buys 4 wristbands and 8 bottles of water and makes an additional 40 rupees donation. Can you form one numerical expression that represents the total amount paid? So we're going to write 4 wristbands, each cost 35. So A, we're going to write 4 wristbands, each cost 35. So 4 into 35. Because we are looking for the expression that represents the total amount, so we need to add 8 bottles of water, but each bottle costs 12 rupees. So we're going to write 8 into 12 plus a donation of 40 rupees plus a donation of 40 rupees. So this will be the expression required. So this will be the expression. State the separate parts. B. So the separate parts which make this expression, the first part is 4 into 35, comma. The second part is 8 into 12, and the last part is a donation of 40. These are 3 separate parts. C. Can you now find the total amount? Can you now calculate the value? So, well, you go back here and then 4 into 35 plus 8 into 12 plus 40. What do you think the value will be equal to? 4 into 35, that will be 140, plus 8 into 12, that will be 96, plus 40. And when you add all this, you're going to get 276 rupees. This will be the amount of money to be paid by the parent. The next question. A carpenter wants to make a triangular wooden frame using 3 sticks measuring 6 cm, 9 cm, and 16 cm. Can these 3 sticks be joined to form a triangle? Give a reason based on the rule that relates the length of the 3 sides of a triangle. So, in order to determine if the 3 sides represent a triangle, first step is to label. This is A, this is B, this is C. Now, if you want to find out if these 3 sticks represent a triangle, then we need to find out if the 3 conditions are satisfied, which are A plus B should be bigger than C, A plus C should be bigger than B, and finally B plus C should be bigger than A. Now checking, what do we have? A plus B bigger than C. So we have A is 6 plus B is 9 bigger than 16. 6 plus 9 is 15. Now question, is 15 bigger than 16? Answer is no. Next, A plus C should be bigger than B. A is 6 plus C is 16 should be bigger than 9. So this is 22 is bigger than 9. This is true. Lastly, B plus C should be bigger than A, meaning 9 plus 16 should be bigger than 6, meaning 25 is bigger than 6. It is true. Yes, that is true. Now, since the first condition is not satisfied, you can see a no here. Even though you have two yeses, but the conclusion will be, since all the three conditions are not satisfied, so we say, since the three conditions are not satisfied, therefore these three sticks. Therefore, these three sticks cannot be joined, to form a triangle. Cannot be joined to form a triangle. Next question. Work out the missing angles. Now the missing angles will start with a linear pair property, which is m plus 137 equals 180 degrees. This is linear pair property, and m will be big number minus small number, and therefore the value of the missing angle m will be equal to 180 minus 137, which will be 43 degrees. So go ahead writing here 43 degrees. Now the next one will be angle sum property of a triangle, which says 53 plus 53, which is this angle, plus 43, then plus the third angle, which is missing, W, that will give you a total of 180. So 53 plus 43, answer will be 96 plus W equals 180 degrees. To find the value of W, you're going to do big number, 180 minus small number, 96. And the answer will be W will be equal to 84 degrees. Next question is angle sum property of a triangle, finding the third angle of a triangle given the two angles. So angle sum property of a triangle says that 30 plus 100 plus A, answer should be 180 degrees. This is angle sum property of a triangle. So 130 degrees plus A equals to 180 degrees. To find the value of the third angle, which is A, you take big number 180 degrees minus 130 degrees. So A will be equal to 50 degrees. Next question. A company reports its annual revenue is 654,32870 rupees in the Indian number system. Now answer the following questions. Question A. State the value contributed by the digit 5 in this number. So, A. Value. What is the value of digit 5? So first of all, let us try to see where is 5. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8, 7, 0. This is 5. Now, in which place value is 5? From here, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakh, 10 lakh. So we say the digit 5 is in the 10 lakh place. 5 is in the 10 lakh place. So its the value now. Its the value is equal to 5 times its the place value, which is 10 lakh. 10 lakh. That is your 10 lakh. Now when you multiply this, you're gonna get 50 lakh. So the value of the digit 5 is 50 lakh. 50 lakh. That is its value. B. Can you express the given number in words using the Indian place value system? So the number is 654328770. In words, according to Indian system number pattern, in words, it will be how many commas? Can you see there are 3 commas? If you see 3 commas, it means crow. So this is read as 6 crow. 54 lakh, 54 lakh, 32,000, 32,000, 32,870. 870. You're done. Next question. A wildlife reserve recorded 876,540 animals at the beginning of the year. Over the next 12 months, 125430 animals were relocated to other reserves. Relocated to other reserves means move away. They're moving away. While 208975 new animals were introduced. Introduced means move in through conservation programs. Now the question is, we have number of animals moving away and number of animals moving in. Now the question is, can you form an arithmetic statement that represents the overall change in the number of animals? So A, form arithmetic statement. So we need to form an arithmetic statement that shows the number of animals moving away and the number of animals moving in. First of all, moving away means subtract. Moving in means add. So the arithmetic statement that represents the overall change will be 876,540. Move away, we're going to minus 125,430. Move in, we're going to plus 208,975. That is your arithmetic statement, which is 876,540 minus 125430 plus 208975. B. Can you now determine the total number of animals in the reserve at the end of the year? Let us start. 876,540. These were the animals present at the beginning. Now when we minus with 125,430, what do we get? That is step number 1, because in the first step animals moved away, so you have to find the remaining animals. 0, 1, 1, 1, 5, 7. So you have 7, 5, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1, 0. These are animals remaining. Then 208,975 animals were introduced, means move in. So we need to add 5, 8, 10, carry 1, 9, 10, carry 1, 5, 6, then 9. This is your final answer, 960085. This is the new number of animals after the process of moving away and moving in. Next question. A small village keeps records of the number of trees planted each year as part of a reforestation project. In the first 4 years, the number of trees planted were 2, 4, 6, 10. The environmental officer notices a pattern in how the numbers increase from one year to the next. Question A. Describe the pattern used to determine each new yearly total. B. Using this pattern, find the 8th year's number of trees planted. Clearly show the additions starting from the 5th year. Okay, now let us see the pattern. So question A, 2, 4, 6, 10, and so on and so forth. So the pattern is that we can clearly see that the next number is obtained by adding two previous numbers. So here we say the next number is obtained by adding the previous two numbers. Okay, that's the pattern, meaning 2 plus 4, 6, 4 plus 6, 10, 6 plus 10, 16, and so on and so forth. B. Using this pattern now, can you find the 8th year's number of trees planted? So now we know the pattern. So 2, 4, 6, 10. What will be the next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So we are looking for the 8th number. 2 plus 4, 6. 4 plus 6, 10. 6 plus 10, 6 plus 10, 16. 10 plus 16, 26. 16 plus 26, 42. 26 plus 42, 68. So the 8th number here is 68. So the 8th Year's number is 68, and that is all. The next question. A bakery mixes 5/8 kg of chocolate cream with 7/12 kg of vanilla cream to prepare a special filling. The combining filling is then spooned evenly. Spooned evenly means divided into small jars, each of which can hold 3/4 kg. How many jars will be filled completely, and what fraction of the next jars will be filled? Give your final answer as a mixed number. So this question is pretty simple. A bakery mixes 5/8 kg of chocolate cream with 7/12 kg of vanilla cream, meaning you have to take 5/8 add to 7/12. Then this answer you'll get here will then be spooned evenly, meaning divided by 3/4. So in other words, we say divide the sum of 5/8 and 7/12 by 3/4. This is what we mean. Divide the sum of 5/8 and 7/12 by 3/4. This is what they definitely mean. So step number 1 is I've showed you how to find LCM or adding two fractions. So step number 1 is to start with bracket, which is 5/8 plus 7/12. Find the LCM of denominators. LCM of 8 and 12. LCM will be 24. So do into 3 here, into 3 here, into 2 here, into 2 here. And therefore you're going to have 15/24 plus 14/24. When you do this, you'll have 29/24. Now, when we add these two fractions, answer we got is 29/24. Now we need to divide that by 3/4. We need to do this one. So again, do 29/24 divide by 3/4. Now when you do that, 29/24 divided by 3/4, this will be equal to 29/24. To divide means find the reciprocal. 4 goes up, 3 goes down. And therefore check if you can simplify this by 4, 1, by 4, 6. Can you simplify this also? No, you can't. So you're going to have 29 into 1 upon 6 into 3. Answer will be 29/18. Now, to know how many jars will be filled completely, you need to divide this into mixed number. 29 divided by 18. You will have 1 here, 18, subtract here 1, 1. So that means we're going to have 1/11/18. So that means one jar, that means one full jar will fill, one jar will be filled completely, and 11/18 and 11/18 of the next jar will be filled. Right? Okay, we are almost ending this. A school library received 168 new new books, and these were arranged equally on 252 shelves as part of a cataloging activity. To understand the ratio of books to shelves in its lowest terms, express the fraction 168. Express the fraction 168. We need to express 168 upon 252 in its simplest form. So how do we do this? It's quite easy. So we have 168 upon 252. This number is divisible by 2. Just simplify. And then you're going to have 84 upon 126. Also still on, divided by 2, divided by 2. You will have 42 upon 63. Keep going. 42 upon 63. This will be divisible by 3, divisible by 3. 42 divided by 3 will be equal to 14. 63 divided by 3 will equal to 21. Finally, divide by 7, divide by 7. Answer will be 2 upon 3. This is what we call the simplest form. Right, so we are almost there. So the next question. A tailor has 7/8 meter of ribbon to decorate gift boxes. She decides to cut the ribbon. Cut means divide. She decides to cut the ribbon, she decides to divide the ribbon into 14 equal strips so that each box gets the same length. What will be the length of each strip? So we have 7 upon 8 is getting divided into 14 equal strips. So work out this. This will be 7 upon 8. Put it over 1, and then you will have into 1 up, 14 down. Check if we can simplify. Yes, we can by 7 1 by 7 2. Answer will be 1 into 1 upon 8 into 2. Answer will equal to 1 upon 16. That is your answer. Alright, the next question. A Jewish vendor has 18 liters of fresh orange juice. He pours, that means a Jewish vendor is dividing 3 upon 2 liters into each bottle. How many bottles can he fill completely? Simply do 18. He pours means he's taking 18 liters and then dividing them into each bottle, where each bottle takes 3 upon 2 liters. So to know how many bottles will be filled completely, you need to take 18 divided by 3 upon 2. And then compute this. This will be 18 upon 1 divided by 3 upon 2. This will be 18 upon 1 into reciprocal of this, 2 upon 3. Check if you can simplify that. By 3, 1 by 3, 6. So you'll have 6 into 2 upon 1 into 1. And the answer will be 12 upon 1, meaning 12 bottles will be filled completely. How many bottles? So 12 bottles will be filled completely. Okay, last question, and sorry for the very lengthy video. A recipe requires 7/10 cup of sugar. While preparing it, you accidentally use 1/5 cup first. How much more sugar is still needed to complete the recipe? So first take 7 upon 10, you have to minus with 1/5. Okay, because see, a recipe requires 7 upon 10 cup of sugar. It requires this amount. While preparing it, you accidentally use 1/5 cup first. How much more sugar? So you need to subtract this minus this. Okay, remember what I said, subtracting and addition, we need to find the LCM of 10 and 5. LCM of 10 and 5 is 10, so do into 1 here, do into 2 here, into 2 here, so that we can have same denominators. This will be 7 upon 10 plus 2 upon 10, and then total will be, oh sorry, we are supposed to subtract. We're supposed to subtract, okay? So this will be 7 upon 10 minus 2 upon 10. So when you have that, 7 upon 10 minus 2 upon 10, answer will be, LCM is 10, 7 minus 2, answer will be 5 upon 10. When you simplify this, 5 upon 10, you end up getting divided by 5 here, divided by 5 here, answer will be 1 upon 2. So this and this will be the final answers. Alright, so upon next time, bye bye for today.